about that next week. But for now, we're coming back to part 2 from last week's Van Diaries, and where we left off, we were getting to Death Valley, the national park there. So we arrived at Death Valley, and Death Valley is known as being the hottest, driest and lowest
point in North America.
Point in North America.
It's had the highest ever recorded temperature on Earth, but don't quote me.
But the time of year that we're there, so it's January now, it was actually really cold.
Yeah.
So it was actually a perfect time to go and see it, because I can't imagine how it would just be like hell on earth, I guess, during summer.
Yeah, not much shade. Nowhere to hide.
Yeah, but it was so fantastic to see. We actually ended up filming 2 Pilates workouts there, and yeah, it was really cold, but we made it look like it was kind of warm. And so the 2 things there that were amazing to see was the Bad Water Basin. Is that what it was called?
Yeah, so that is the actual lowest point, so it's under salt flats.
Yeah. It actually has on the rock, if you look up, it says sea level, and then from where you are, you can see we're well below sea level. It's a beautiful sight. It was sunset when we were there, and it was just magnificent.
Yeah, because we got there towards the end of the day, didn't we?
Yeah. And then further on down, we got to the Devil's Golf Course. And it's called the Devil's Golf Course because only the devil could play on such horrid links or something like that. It was, when you see it, you realise why they call it the Devil's Golf Course. It was rough and dry and coarse and
all the salt's just eroded away all these little bits of the land.
Yeah.
It seems to go on and on and on.
It was one of the most amazing things we've seen on the trip so far, I think. We just couldn't stop looking at it. Really, really beautiful in a really ugly and horrible way.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird place, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing.
Beautiful,
it's like
but
the valley's just surrounded by these massive mountains covered with snow, and it's just so
we really enjoyed exploring it. It was really fun. So we had a really productive and good day at Death Valley.
Would definitely recommend dropping by if you're heading to Vegas or something like that.
Yeah, definitely. It's an awesome pit stop. So yeah, that was a pit stop on the way to Vegas, baby. We actually stopped at Hoover Dam before we got to Las Vegas, and that was really cool to see. It's pretty dry. Yeah. It's not really, I don't know if it's always like that or if we're at a particularly dry time, but it was pretty empty. And
yeah, but it was kind of interesting to see how it was all constructed, because there was no water. You could actually see all the bits that go down the side.
Yeah, it's good to see the construction of it. And it's massive. It's just huge. So yeah, we saw that before we went to Vegas.
Yeah, that's the beauty of the car or the RV managed to get through okay there.
Yeah, there's a few RVs there actually, so it's a good place to take the camper van.
Yeah, we just thought we'd knock that off before we hit Vegas itself. It's only about half an hour away, so
yeah. And then we arrived. So we actually stayed at the MGM Grand. They have a specific car park for vans and oversized vehicles, which is really handy, and it's only like a 5-minute walk from where the MGM is, and it's free as well, which is good.
Always a plus.
Always a plus. So yeah, we actually parked the van up there for 3 nights and stayed at the MGM Grand. It's the first time we've sort of stayed in a hotel in the last since we've had the van. So
it's pretty cheap rooms there, really.
Yeah.
I guess because they want you to gamble, but
and it was a beautiful room too. We actually filmed another 2 workouts in the room, a bedtime routine and a traveler's stretch routine while we were there, because the room was magnificent. And we had such a fun time in Vegas. I mean, I guess people our age probably do it a little bit differently. But
we went a bit, I had a beer.
Tim had a beer. I had a few sips of champagne. So we were pretty wild. We sound like
we hit the club.
Oh my god, we're such dags. What were some of the things we did in Vegas?
So the first day we got there, we just basically walked the strip.
Yeah, that was cool.
that was really cool. Like,
Saw the Bellagio fountain
Yeah.
show, which was amazing.
Caesar's Palace, and it's just like fascinating to see the scale of it all.
And yeah, the hotels, they're just like amusement parks within themselves. They're pretty incredible. The New York was my favourite. That's a beautiful and well designed hotel. It's really
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, so that first day we just wandered around. We saw a show while we were there as well at the MGM called K.A. It's a Cirque du Soleil show. It has a $165 million set, and that's probably American dollars as well. So that's for us Aussies, that's just mind blowing. And the show was really good. It was like your, Cirque du Soleil, kind of confusing but really amazing to
I
watch.
had no idea what was going on.
Yeah, but still it was
good.
spectacular. Yeah, the stage rotates all which ways, and yeah, it was a really cool show.
That was
to
pretty
see.
amazing. Like the stage, like literally just turned up on its edge.
So yeah, if you're gonna see a show, then you won't be disappointed by car. We rode on the gondola at the Venetian. Tim got all romantic on me, gave me a rose, and we rode around in the water, and that was.
I'm a romantic guy.
He is. You can't help it. This is who he is. If you're going to do something in Vegas, I would recommend going and doing the gondola ride, because it was like, I know it's cheesy and touristy, but the guide on the gondola, our little guide, he actually sings to you in Italian, and you feel like you're in Venice. I actually really, really loved it. So don't think that it's cheesy and skip it. Like, do it. It's fun and romantic. We had dinner as well at Morimoto in the MGM, and that was
really cool.
spectacular. That was one of the best dinners I've had in a long, long time. Beautiful Japanese food. Some of the things we ordered, the main that we ordered, they actually bring it out, and it comes out in a hot stone, and they cook it right in front of you. We had beautiful fresh sushi, and the dessert we had, holy my god, it's like this tart, and it comes out in a chocolate globe, and they cover it in Bacardi 151, and they have a pan with the 151 in it, and they light it on fire, and then they put the fiery pan over the top of the dessert. It sets the dessert on fire, the chocolate globe melts away, and there's just all this delicious dessert underneath. That was awesome.
That was cool.
Yeah, so
And
that was.
they had we were sitting right on the bench in front of where they made all the
Yeah, so we were watching all the.
meals and stuff, which was good to see.
Yeah, we were watching all the sushis. Watching them make our food, making sure they're not spitting in it or anything.
Yeah.
No, just kidding, they wouldn't do that. But yeah, just watching them was amazing as well. So it was a beautiful restaurant. And we went to see Madame Tussauds as well, the wax museum,
Yeah.
hanging out with all the celebs.
It was I don't know, I've never seen myself as a wax museum type of guy, but it was actually, like, some of them were
scary real. Like the Mike Tyson one.
Mike Tyson.
I swore he was gonna, he was
I
standing
almost had
there.
to pull you away, I thought he was going to hit you.
Yeah. He was like dead set. I thought he was going to start moving. So some of them were pretty incredible. You can tell like some that have been there since the beginning and some that are quite new. But we had
That was good.
yeah. But we had a really fun afternoon walking around the Wax Museum. And Tim went on the roller coaster at New York as well.
That was cool.
That was really cool. We went to one of the nightclubs in MGM for 5 minutes just to have a bit of a laugh and a bit of a giggle, and it didn't disappoint. That was fun. And yeah, that was our time in Vegas. We just had a ball. It was a blast.
It was good fun.
So after our 4 days in Vegas, we drove to St. George. Is that right?
So we drove up a few hours to St. George, which is right in southern Utah.
Yep.
We just sort of caught our breath there, caught up on a bit of life admin and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then we went on to Zion.
Yeah, Zion was spectacular. We didn't spend a whole lot of time there, but we got.
It's not a huge national park.
No, we just drove through, took a couple of quick snaps for the Pilates website.
Did a couple of little walks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
it
the
was
falls.
really cool.
That was the falls were just spectacular. They were
couple of the walks were closed, which was
Yeah. That
what
was,
are you gonna do?
yeah.
It
It had
was
been
beautiful.
It had been snowing, hey? Yeah, so it was a bit slippery and a bit dangerous. And then on to the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
That was beautiful. Visibility for the first 2 days was 0%. We couldn't see a meter in front of us, and it was the most bizarre thing being in the Grand Canyon and standing at the most scenic outlooks and being able to see zero of the Grand Canyon.
You couldn't even see like down the.
Just nothing.
It was just filled with.
It was unbelievable. It was snowing and it was really beautiful, powdery, squeaky, magnificent snowboarding snow. Like it was gorgeous.
Yeah, and even driving along was.
Yeah. So we took a couple of photos again in the snow, and on the last day it was a miracle. There was complete visibility, and we got to see spectacular views of the Grand Canyon. And that was so.
It was worth the wait.
We were so glad we stuck around because yeah, it was definitely worth the wait.
But
You
the
can't-
campground there was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, even though it was snowing, it wasn't getting below freezing. I don't think so.
And you can't go to the Grand Canyon and not actually be able to see the Grand Canyon. That's just ridiculous. So I'm glad we stuck
Without?
around. Yeah. And yeah, and then that brings us up to the start of Route 66. So we'll go over all that next week, and that's been a really cool week. So you don't want to miss that. So make sure you do subscribe, comment below, leave us any feedback. We love hearing from you. We've loved the response. Yeah, so we will catch up with you all next week. Thanks guys.
See ya.
See you, bye.
Yeah.